Hi boys and girls, happy Thursday and welcome to Writer's Workshop. So you guys have had a pretty easy week so far this week. On Monday we made our heart maps. On Tuesday you practiced picking a story from your heart map, and you practiced storytelling. You practiced telling what happened at the beginning and the middle and the end. And then yesterday you should have planned out in your book what part of your story you're going to put on page 1 and on page 2 and on page 3 and on page 4, and that's what you guys were going to do. And so today what we're going to do is we're going to start writing about the different parts of our story, and we're going to start putting what happened first, second, third, and we're going to write all the parts of our story. Okay? And so I'm just going to work with you on writing the first part, and if you want to put a number 1 to kind of help you, it might be helpful to think about what happened first. You should have planned yesterday what part of your story you're going to tell first for today. So boys and girls, you remember my beach story that I've been telling you about how we flew kites on the beach? Remember how we said I'm not just going to say, I flew kites on the beach. I'm going to tell you all the parts of that morning and tell you that whole story. And so, does anybody remember the first thing I said I did that morning? We packed lunches. We did. And so first thing I need to stop and think, I need to get a picture in my head. What did our hotel look like? Where did we pack the lunches? We were in the kitchen. There was a table. I need to think about who was there, and that's what I'm going to tell first. And so I'm going to first start by telling the first part of my story was we packed our lunches to take to the beach. All right, and so I'm going to think. The first thing I do is think, all right? Visualize. Next, I'm going to go ahead and sketch or draw. Right, I'm going to draw out what I'm doing. You notice how I'm using a marker? You should be using a pencil to draw out what happened. All right. And then the third thing you do is you add your words, right? And then the last thing you do is go back and add some color. Today we might only have time to think about it and to draw, but remember that that is always the steps to writing. And so I taught my class this little song, and it might help you. So I want you guys to sing it with me, okay? I taught my kids in class this. I said, first we have to think, then we have to draw. Next we write our words, and then we color it all. Can you guys help me do that? First we have to think, and then we have to draw. Next we write our words, and then we can color it all. And so that song will help remember what you have to do first, second, third, and fourth. So the first thing I'm going to write about is the first thing that happened in my story. Remember in that story I told you that we packed a lunch, and so I remember that there was a table there. There was a big vase on the table with some flowers in the kitchen. I'm going to draw those. And on the table we had these bags, and we were putting our lunches inside the bags, right? I was there packing the lunches for the picnic, so I need to draw myself here. I was packing lunches. And then Mrs. Bodie was with us because she was on spring break with us, so she was over here and she was helping pack some lunches. And we were packing our lunches and getting ready to go to the beach, right? I remember I had an apple in my lunch, so I was packing that. We were also taking sandwiches and bags of chips, and we were packing our lunches to head out to the beach. We also had over here, we had a big picnic basket that we put all of our stuff in so we could take it outside and carry it out. All right, the kids were also there. We had a big window in our room, and from that window we could see the beach, drawing the beach out there. We could see the beach from our window, and that's kind of what the first part of my story was. Like I said, we woke up and we were super excited to go to the beach, and we were getting prepared to go down and fly our kites. So we had to pack our lunches, right? We were looking outside at the beach. We had a picnic basket full of all the things that we needed, and that was step 1. That's the first thing. Then I told you the second thing was we headed down to the beach and set up our picnic, and we got our beach towels out, and we got our picnic all set up. And the third thing was we ate, and then the last thing was we flew what? flew our kites. So now that I've done page number 1 and I've kind of sketched it out, I can move to page 2 and 3 and 4, right? I could also go ahead and add some words, right? I could label some things. I could label table. I could label apple. I could label flowers. I could label basket, right? Some of us are even ready to write a sentence. We could even write, I packed lunch, right? If you are able to hear those sounds, you're gonna add some words to this too. Once you, on each page, once you've thought about it, you've drawn, you've added some words, then you can go back and color. And I'm not gonna take time to show you all that, but you guys need to remember that those are the steps and that you're telling me a story. So today your job is to go ahead and to get your story written onto paper. Right? We're gonna work tomorrow on putting some more words onto the paper, but I want you to take today to go ahead and on each page sort of sketch out and draw what was happening in each part of your story. Okay? Maybe your story has 4 parts like mine. Maybe your story only has 2 parts. Maybe it has 3 parts. So get that many pages and plan out. All right, boys and girls, remember that you are storytellers and you are story writers, and I'm super excited to see your stories at the end of the week. All right, have a great rest of the day and happy writing.